All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning into the Megan Moves channel tonight. I'm Megan if you're new here, and we have another fun Disney talk for you guys tonight. Last week, if you guys tuned in, you'll know that we talked all about how to plan a Disney vacation, a trip to Disney. So tonight we're going to have another Disney discussion all about the Disney Vacation Club, or otherwise known as DVC. So I'm excited because I asked my friends from the Two Broke Mice channel, Chris and Melinda, to tune in tonight with me because I know very little about the Disney Vacation Club. So I'm very excited to hear more about what the club is like, what all it entails. So thank you, Chris and Melinda, for tuning in tonight. If you guys are here in the chat, let us know. Like this video, share it with your friends if they're interested in the Disney Vacation Club. And let's hear from our guests before we get on into our video. So, hey, Chris and Melinda, how are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Doing good.
Great. Thank you. Thanks again for tuning in.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, definitely. No, I appreciate it. Like I said, I saw your video that you guys just uploaded yesterday, so I have still a little bit of an idea on the Disney Vacation Club, but I'm excited to definitely hear more. So before we get on into it, I know I have some questions for us and some questions that some viewers gave out to me on Instagram. But do you guys want to give a little bit of a background into your channel, who you guys are? Because maybe there's some people watching that don't know you. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves a little bit?
Well, my name's Chris. This is my wife, Melinda.
My name's Melinda.
And we are known as the Two Broke Mice.
Hence Two Broke Mice because...
Well, we're DVC members.
No.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, no. It's because, a lot of people, you spend a lot to go to Disney and, we save them budget, but we just thought Two Broke Mice would be appropriate because we know a lot of people that can't really afford to go to Disney and they do all they can to go to Disney. So that's where hence Two Broke Mice comes from. But we're Disney vloggers. We started our channel because we wanted
to just to keep the memories of when we go down.
Yes, with family, and that way we can always look back. And, there's a lot of newbie stuff that we're going to be doing, and it's better to see it through, I don't know how to say it. It's, it's like, just like the boats down at Disney Springs. There's so many boats. So it's like, we want to explain to people, like, how to get around if you are new to park. And look, a lot of things, we still have a lot of stuff, questions and stuff, but we're going to explore that on our channel.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's great. Yeah, that's one thing I like to do when I go to Disney is, shoot a quick vlog, share it with others, but it's also fun to look back on the memories and how Disney changes and everything. So it's definitely fun. So, well, thanks. That's great. So how about the first question that we're going to kick tonight's live stream off with is, what is the Disney Vacation Club? If you can give just a brief overview of what is the Disney Vacation Club for people who might not know.
It's Disney's answer to the timeshare.
Yes.
In a roundabout way.
Yeah. I mean, it's timeshare, but not like timeshare that you know it. Because normal timeshare is, say you buy timeshare in July, you can only go in July. Mm-hmm. But with Disney Vacation Club, you can go any time of the year. That's if you have the points to go at that time of the year. But yeah, and you own a piece of Disney.
The questions are very vague.
But they're good.
They're good questions. But because there's so much to it.
But just simple line, DVC is timeshare. But through Disney.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Hey, no, that's fine. I know there might be a lot of confusion about it. I know I get kind of confused and everything. So maybe in some of our questions, we can hopefully try to break it down for, people such as myself to understand and everything. So I know that was a very broad question, but so I guess in our second question here, let's talk a little bit about how does the Disney Vacation Club work? Like, what does it mean to be a DVC member?
How does it work?
Well, you initially buy into DVC and you buy a real estate interest into one of the,
resorts.
15
There's
resorts.
15 resorts right now. Mm-hmm.
And when you buy in, then you get points. And then you use those points to determine when and how long you want to go down.
Right. And the minimum points that you can buy is 100 points. This is through Disney. Is 100 points, and the max you can buy is 200 points. So, because right now it's the Riviera, their contract, that's where they're selling the points at. So it's what, $190.
It's $195 per point if you buy direct through Disney.
So you have a point system that you get. So if you buy 100 points, and it's what, $19,000,
yeah,
$19,500, then you only pay that one fee, just the one fee. And once you get that, say $19,000 paid off, you have your 100 points. But you get that 100 points every year until the end of your contract. And normally your contracts are for 50 years.
Oh, wow.
So once you pay off the 19,000, you have 100 points. You only have to do your annual dues every month. And depending on which resort, which has different annual dues, like the amount.
The dues and taxes go by how many points you have and what resort you're at.
Right.
So they're all different.
Right. So Disney, they offer, you can get the loan through them. And then whenever you're down there, you're just all in the awe of Disney. And you're like, yes, let's get DVC points. And whenever you do come home, you can check with your bank or whoever you get your loans through, and you can refinance your loan. So make it better or make it more manageable.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because that was a hard thing for us to figure out whenever we're like, wow, we got to pay $19,000 every year to get 100 points. They're like, no, it's a one-time deal. So, but yeah.
So one time for 50 years, you were saying.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So let's say your contract's for 50 years, and say we're up in age. So you can always, there's so many things you can do with them. Say you can sell your points. If you're no longer wanting to go down to Disney, or if you get ill, you can even put your points in your will and for your kids to have them, and they just have to pay the annual dues. I did have this written down. What was the other ones? Ooh.
So monthly dues is kind of like you're paying off into that 19,000 then? Is that how that works?
No, your dues and taxes are for the upkeep on whatever resort you buy into.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like an HOA, because I know down in Florida there's a lot of HOAs.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said in the video, I look at the dues and taxes as to help it look good when I get down there. So when I get down there, the place looks good. So that's how I look at the dues and taxes.
Gotcha.
You can claim those taxes on your taxes each year.
Mm-hmm.
And we do. I don't know if it helps out, but
right, yeah. And you can also pay your annual dues. I know this is a lot. There's so much information. We found out last year we can actually pay our annual dues by using Disney gift cards.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
When we get discounts too, because we get our gift cards at Giant Eagle, so that way we get gas. Because last year we got 2 months free gas by just paying our annual dues with Disney gift cards.
So
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, I heard those Disney gift cards. There's a lot of sneaky things you can do with them. Those work out. That's great. Okay. So, wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize that it was something. So maybe you already spoke to this, but does it have to last for 50 years, or can you have it shorter than that?
Well, you get, when you sign up through Disney, you get your contract for 50 years, but it's, hopefully not, you lose your job, and you can sell it.
You can sell it. And also you can rent your points out.
Yeah.
So say if you don't even want to, say 1 year you don't want to go, then you can rent out your points, and that can be an income coming in, and that can pay your annual dues and pay for whatever else you need to pay for. You can do it that way also. There's so many different things you can do with doing the points.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. These are good things to know. I know personally, I didn't know about this. I know you guys, there was maybe a learning curve with it. Like you said, there's just a lot of things you didn't know about it. So that's all very interesting. So my questions might be a little bit out of order. But if we have to repeat, that's all good and stuff. But so the next one I think I had was, what all does the Disney Vacation Club include when you buy into the DVC? Maybe we spoke or you spoke already about some of this, but what all does it include when you have the membership?
Where do we start?
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. You're good.
There's so much. So like whenever you do become a DVC member, you have member service. So anytime you want to book, you have a number to call, and they'll help you with all setting up, like getting transportation set up, your flights, car rentals. You can even put in a room request. I know this is probably you could do the same with agents. We've never went through an agent before to go to Disney before. So yeah, they do a lot. You get discounts, but the one thing about discounts, say if you want to go golfing and you book to go golfing, the person that's with you has to be a DVC member. Anytime you go somewhere, like go miniature golf course, and you get a discount. You get a discount at the bowling alley down at.
Now, if you buy direct through Disney,
well, she wants to know all the perks.
Yeah, but when you buy direct through Disney, then you get the perks. If you buy a resale contract, you don't get most of the perks.
Gotcha.
They don't know that. That's something down the road. But back to all the benefits, like even for merchandise, eating, you get discounts like 10 to 20%. And they do send you a list. This is an older one, but they also on their DVC membership app website, just like what am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Just like the Disney.
Yeah, it's like the Disney website. It's for Disney Vacation Club. And
you can actually print out a list of everywhere that has discounts. So say if you want to make reservations at different restaurants or your activities to do, you'll know where the discounts are at. We get a discount for annual pass holders for being DVC. It's actually, we can be gold members, but since that, like how Floridians are gold members, you get a lot of good perks. Moonlight Magic. Nobody knows what Moonlight Magic is. It's whenever it's like after hours in the park, but it's only for DVC members, and you have to pre-register. And we have a free meal, snacks. You have like the run of the park. Yeah. For DVC members, they usually have like a disco, like a DJ party. Because we went to the Typhoon Lagoon before. That's the only one we're able, because it's really hard to get into Moonlight Magic. They have lounges. They have a DVC lounge in Epcot. That's what building is that?
It's above Figment.
It's
fun,
really,
yeah.
It has like refreshments and snacks, and on top of the world and
on top of Bay Lake Tower, they have top of the world lounge.
Nice,
so those are nice. They also have like soft openings for DVC members. They also have member night at Splitsville down in I think it's on Wednesday night.
Oh, in Disney Springs.
Springs.
Very fun.
Chris said they also have special tours for soaring.
Yeah, they have a soaring around the world tour. There's a lot of little things that they
and you
do for us.
Also get discounts on Not So Scary and Mickey's Merry Party. Also.
And you also, DVC members, get into those parties, an hour early?
Well, if you're normally your annual you can get in like a lot earlier.
Yeah, we can get in a little bit earlier.
Also, this is another one. I don't know, it's probably changed, but also DVC members can go pool hopping at different resorts, except for you can't do the one at Beach Club.
Storm Long Bay.
Yeah, you can't do that one or the one at Animal Kingdom. But if you just want to take a day and just go pool hopping, you can go pool hopping.
Awesome.
So yeah, so there's so wait, is there more? Yeah, I did.
There's
just so much.
Yeah.
Run Disney, you get an early registration.
Oh yeah,
very fun, cool.
They have a cruise just for DVC members.
Member cruises.
Wow.
And also, we can get Table of Wonderland, even though we live in Ohio. We're DVC members.
Gotcha.
So, and then let's see. And also at the DVC resorts, they have, it's called a community hall, to where you can have free board games. You can rent them out. Free movies. They have activities, but some of them do cost money. You can play shuffleboard at the DVC. You get discounts on boats, like those little race boats, and you
also get a discount on those cars from the boathouses that go on the lake.
The amphicars or whatever.
Anything on Disney property, you can get a discount. Basically.
Wow.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that's why Chris, he liked it the most because he knew we'd get discounts and that would help a lot.
Definitely a lot of perks with it. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of my questions that definitely answered some of the perks to what it means to be a DVC member. But we have a question here in the chat. Thank you, Michelle, for asking. Can you use points at other Disney properties all over the world? That's actually an interesting question. Do you guys know about that, or is it just Disney
Last
World?
I heard, like me Shanghai or no.
Only we can use them. We can use them in California. I know right now it's just the one?
It's Grand Californian, and now they're building that tower. I don't know if it's attached to the Disneyland Hotel or if it's going in the area, but that's also going to be a Disney Vacation Club resort.
But they do have Hawaii. They have a resort in Hawaii, and also they have a resort in South Carolina.
Yes, they got Hilton Head.
Oh yeah,
Vero Beach.
Vero Beach.
But now, okay, now we're talking about resorts. Now we got to talk about a home resort.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
because we own at the Poly and we own at the Boardwalk. Those are our home resorts.
What's a home resort?
Yes, yeah. What is a home resort?
Your home resort is when you buy into it. You buy into that resort.
Your contract.
So you have that home resort. We have 11-month booking window at a home resort, but at any other resort, Disney Vacation Club resort, we only have 7-month window to book.
You probably don't understand. You understand, or do? Okay, so say you want to book a vacation, and you want to go to your home resort. Say you want to do Polynesian. So you have 11 months from the day that you want to be there on property to book it. Everybody else, say if somebody else is from a different resort, bought their contract, say at Animal Kingdom, then they have a 7-month window to book at.
So that gives us a couple of months ahead of time.
That makes sense. Else. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know how deep. Okay.
Any other questions?
So you can book at other resorts if you want to, but you just maybe don't have that much of a lead time on it.
Right.
Because also, whenever you do buy into points, a lot of people will look and say, oh, well, I only need this many points and just stay in a studio because it's cheaper. Well, if you're staying somewhere that's not your home resort, those are the first units that go. So you might get a 1-bedroom at a different one at 7 months window. It all depends on what time of the year it is. But so yeah, so it's 11 months with your home resort. And whenever you do pick a home resort, because right now the contracts are for the Riviera, but you can, whenever people do sell their contracts, Disney will sell different ones because we got the Boardwalk. But that one, we only have it for maybe 25 years?
They don't advertise that they're still selling these resorts. So we bought the Poly.
Whenever we were down there.
And then when you buy into DVC, you get this disease. It's called add-on-itis.
Yes.
So, like maybe a month later, we called our sales rep, Derek.
We need more points.
We need more points.
Yeah.
So then we had to buy at the Boardwalk.
Yeah. Which we're glad we did. But yeah, and we're not and a lot of people too, whenever they say, oh, you're DVC members, they think, oh, you got money, you're rich, we can never afford it. We budget everything out. Dave Ramsey, we budget.
We do the Dave Ramsey.
We do the envelopes. We're not,
Yep.
We're just normal people, and you can't afford it because we look at it like this. A lot of people, they get loans out to go to Disney, and they'll spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So for a DVC member, it's rather spend the $1,000 to buy points, so that way I could go to Disney every year or every other year if I want to, and I know I have a place to stay.
Yep.
So that's how we looked at it.
Well, I did that video on comparing the points to the cash. Our last trip,
that's right.
Well, almost $11,000.
Yeah.
And it only cost us
what our annual due.
What annual dues.
Yeah.
So
But there is some people that buy tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of points. But we just do it so that we have somewhere to take our family and enjoy Disney.
Definitely. Yeah, no, yeah, that's a question that I want to save maybe till later after we're done getting through all the things is, is it worth it and everything? So we'll save that one for last.
We'll save that one for later.
Yeah, we'll save that for later, but we have 2 more questions here in the chat. So we have another one here from Michelle. Does the membership get you discounts on transportation like the minivans? Do you guys know about that at all?
That one?
Minivans. I don't think so.
No, I don't think you.
Don't quote me on it, but I don't think it does.
I'm not too sure. We've never used a minivan because we learned a lot on Main Street. Whenever you had Main Street Explorers on yours, we were just putting them in because you're like, wow, use the lift. So for minivans, we haven't yet used them because we've always had the buses, or we've always driven down to Disney and we would always drive.
Gotcha.
So that one I'm not too sure, but who knows? Maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely. No, that's all good. That's all good. So we have another question here from the Main Street Explorers, which maybe ties into another one that I had for you guys, but we can talk about theirs really quick. It says, can't you get a Florida residence discount with DVC?
Well, we are not Florida residents, so we don't.
They consider us a Florida resident because we do own property down in Florida. Because that's
interesting. Okay.
That's why we can get annual pass holders at a Floridian price. That's why we can get table land because they consider us, since we do own in Florida.
Gotcha.
I forget the percentage of Disney. We just own it's a snippet.
Yeah.
We're a little bit Disney.
Yeah. So they do consider us, which is, it's nice because,
No, I mean, if I understand right, that would definitely be another perk because I know out of state, I'm a Florida resident too, but out of state, annual pass holder prices can be a little bit pricey. So this is another way, that you can get maybe a cheaper annual pass.
That's why DVC members, all of them are mostly AP holders because you get such a good discount.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think that ties into maybe one of my questions was, are there different levels of being a DVC member, kind of like annual pass holders? I think if you're a Florida resident, there's a lot more options for memberships for annual pass holders, but do you know, is it like a tiered membership at all, or it just depends on how many points you have? Okay.
No, you get, if you buy 100 points, you get same if you have over 200 points or whatever.
Well, that puts you in there's like a point club.
Oh yeah, there is
gosh.
AT is about a point club.
Yeah, they have like the 3,000 point club or the 1,000 point club kind of. But yeah, there's really no tiers to this.
Gotcha, that makes sense. What were you maybe mentioned it before about being a gold member or something? Was that for
annual passes?
Okay, gotcha. All right, gotcha.
Because I know it's just for Floridians, the gold passes for annual pass holders, the golden ones. Isn't that offered just for you guys in Florida?
Yep. Yeah, the gold. Yeah, and silver. I think I'm gold and silver or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, all good stuff again. Yeah, everyone, if you have any other questions, feel free to keep adding them. These are all great. So, the next one that I have, maybe we talked about it before. Like I said, if we keep repeating them, it's all good. But how often can you use your DVC membership? I think you talked about it. It's like not like a timeshare, so you can use it anytime you want if you have the points.
You can use it
your allowance points
with your points. So if you have a lot of points, you can go down every weekend if you can, get the room.
Right.
Or you could save it all up and go. Yeah. Once every other year.
It depends on how many points you have to where you want to stay. So say if you have 100 points and you can stay like 5 days, I'm just going to say the boardwalk, and that's going to cost you 50 points. There's half your points. This is just the estimate number. This isn't saying this is how much the points are. And you can stay for so many days, and then you can come back again and go down. You can also, with your points, say in a year, just say 2020, the points that you earned for 2020, you didn't want to go down in 2020. So it's called banking your points. So
gotcha.
You can bank 2020 points. So that's 100 points. So say 2021, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go down. So then you get another 100 points and you get 200 points, but you're like, man, I really want to stay in a 2-bedroom, but it's 265 points. Well, then they allow you to borrow 2022 points to make up that 250 points. So that way you can stay in a 2-bedroom.
Gotcha.
But it all depends on how often you go down. Because 1 year I went down 3 times in 1 year. Yeah. Using points. So it all depends on how you plan your vacation. If you just want to go down and just spend the weekend.
Gotcha. And I think so that maybe answered Michelle's question here was if you don't use your points for a year, it sounds like you can bank them.
Now, you can bank them.
Yeah, you can only use 3. You can only combine 3 years.
Okay.
But if you, it's so technical because Chris doesn't deal with the points. I deal with the points.
Banking bar is not my thing.
Because right now, what they're doing is since of the whole COVID, that 2020 points, you cannot borrow more than 50% of your points for the following year. So that's really hard. So like we're planning on going down next fall, and whenever you buy your points, you get a month to where you get, whenever you get your points, like every October, we get our DVC points.
Okay.
But
that's called your use year.
Your use year. But you can get them in March. You can get them like January, February, March. But we like October. So since we're going down in about that time, we can actually use all of our 2021 points. So yeah, right now it's real sticky, but you call member service, and they are wonderful. They are so wonderful. They'll explain everything to you. But yeah, so
Gotcha.
There's so much to it.
No, that's what I'm definitely realizing. I'm sure everybody else here watching, they're maybe watching because they want information about it too. So I think Katrina here has a question. Can't you bank them? Says I have points in 2022. Can I bank them for next year? Do you know about that?
For
2023? Is that what she's saying?
Maybe.
So if I have points, you have 2022 points. Can I bank them for the next year? So whenever 2022 comes up, so it's your use year. So say your use year is April, in April of 2022, that's whenever you get your 2022 points. They'll give you a set date on when you can bank them. Because like ours will be October, and our bank time, if we don't bank them by May, by October of 2020, we get our points. We have until May of 2021 to bank our points for 2020. So banking them means you're putting them away. You can save them up. And then we can use them in 2021. 2022, we can't use them, I do not believe, because the points, you can only use three years. So on this question, if she gets 2022 points, can I bank them for the next year? You can, whenever it comes around to 2022. So 2022 of your use year of that year, then you should have a time where you can bank them, and then you can save them and use them for 2023. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Yeah, thanks for answering that. So I think, so the other question I had was after I watched your most recent video, which I think you guys posted yesterday, you guys talked about you like to have your DVC membership and everything because one of the great things is that you get to share it with others. You talked about a lot, your mom goes with you, family or whatnot. So what does it mean to share your DVC membership?
Well, okay. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Two different couples, DVC members, can actually put their points together. We've never done it, so we don't know how it works, but they can put their points together for, if they want to go to like a 3-bedroom or something.
Okay.
But yeah, share it as in taking the family members down with us, or just taking somebody else with us.
You can also say you want to gift it. So all you have to do is call down there, put everything in the other person's name, and they can go on your points.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You can also do that also. But we just love sharing and taking our family and just giving them the wow factor of Disney. Because growing up, I always wanted to go to Disney.
Mhm.
We never could, and then in 2018 we went down, and it was great. It was so wonderful.
Gotcha. No, I love that. That's great. So we can, another question I had, I guess it would just be like a personal question for you guys, is what made you choose your home? Can't remember your home resorts, home hotels?
Polynesian.
What made you choose like the Polynesian and the Boardwalk?
The Polynesian, that's what was up for sale.
Yeah.
That's what they were selling.
Okay.
Right. And we didn't know nothing.
Yeah,
we knew nothing about DVC whenever we bought into DVC, because whenever we came home, we're like, what did we do? Like, we had no idea what we did. Like,
Gotcha.
we never stayed on Disney property before. Whenever we bought DVC, we never experienced anything. And then once we found out, because we went on YouTube and was researching, and then we're like, well, we want more points to the Boardwalk, because then we found out you can't actually see if Disney have other contracts up for sale that people have sold back to Disney, and you can buy those. So,
and we, as far as the Boardwalk went, we asked what was available,
right,
and they told us, and the Boardwalk was in our same use year, so it's a lot easier to book vacations in your, well, we feel in your same use year. So that's why we picked the Boardwalk. Plus, I grew up on the Jersey coast on Wildwood, New Jersey. So to me, it's almost like home.
Gotcha.
Now, can I go back to the resale? So for the resale points, a lot of people are like, it's really expensive to buy through Disney. I'm just going to buy the resale points. Well, here's a thing to get around to get the perks for DVC members is, say, the minimum points you got to buy from Disney is 100 points. Go ahead and buy that 100 points from Disney. Then go to a resale place. There's quite a few, and see what contracts they have, and you can add on your points that way cheaper. But since you already hit the minimum for Disney, you can have all the perks and still have more points be in the resale.
Because for a lot of the perks, you have to be a blue card member.
Right.
Okay.
And resale, they don't get the card. We can go to the lounges. Resale cannot go to the lounge in Epcot, but they can go to the top of the world.
Well, unless you buy
okay.
Right. So as long as you buy like
a
minimum point contract and you get the blue card, then you can buy resale.
And you can do all the perks.
And then you still get your perks with the blue card.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't know that either whenever we bought our points.
Yeah. So there's some way around some things.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Katrina has another question here for you guys. How long have you been DVC members?
2017.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was a great year. That was a year whenever we went, we would always go down with his daughter because she was in orchestra at Disney. And whenever we went down in 2017, my husband's like, we're never coming back. This is our last trip. We can't afford coming down here by ourselves. I'm like, oh no, I was devastated. So I made a wish, and then Chris was like, well, what's DVC about? And then we became DVC members, and it's the only place we go on vacation, and we love it.
The only thing I regret is we didn't do it sooner.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because the points back then were cheap.
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
Well, not cheap, but they're cheaper to us, but back then they were so expensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And
No, that makes sense. So this is another question I guess I had. It might be a dumb question, I don't know, but do different resorts cost more points than others? Like if you wanted so like the Grand Floridian or whatever would be a ton of points, then maybe like another one wouldn't be as many.
Whenever you do join DVC, well, they give you a book. They give you, I'll show you what they give you. This is back in 2017. You get this is a 2017 Disney Vacation Point Chart. I have a most recent one, and it has every resort, and it shows you all of the different point systems.
Okay.
And then also they give you a book on every resort. Let's pull one up. So this one, Grand Floridian. So this one's a Grand Floridian. I don't know if you can see that. And then it gives you the layout. So whenever you're trying to plan a vacation, you'll know the floor, like the floor plan of the resort, where you want to stay and how many people will stay in that room. Like if it's 12 people, 9 people. But whenever you go on their website, you can download. So I make my own folder, and this tells you, whoops, that's vacation. So this is the Polynesian. I don't know if you can see, but it shows you like all the points starting from the top to the bottom of the different seasons. So each resort has a different point system. And it just goes up. Like this is like the studio up to 1 bedroom, if there's cottages or anything like that. So you've got to base your points on
based
when
on
to
what
stay.
you want.
Right. So every resort's different.
Wow. Interesting. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so whenever I sit down, I make up my own. I'll show you. I make up my own spreadsheet. I do.
Hey, it sounds like you got to be prepared if you're going to be a DVC member. You got to understand what you're getting yourself into.
I make my own little worksheet so I don't confuse myself, because it can get so confusing. Like, oh my gosh, what are these points? How many do I have left? So that's why he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. So,
I will sit and help her, but it's
But once you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
Once you get it, you get it.
Wow, Melinda, it's almost like you need to start your own DVC course, like, worksheets for people, course about it,
Whenever you contacted me to see if we can do this, I'm like, who doesn't want to talk DVC whenever you're a DVC member?
Yeah.
Anybody's DVC, if you start, they just love, at least I know we love, even whenever we go on the tours at, down on the boardwalk, like you can go in that display tour. We go in there. We're always talking to you won't regret it. We help the sales guy. It's like the greatest thing ever. I mean, we've made like how much we spent on our points. At least. Oh yeah, we've already met how much and how much we spent into our points. We've already earned what we spent, or whatever you would say.
Got our money back.
Yeah, got our money back. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's great. That's nice. Yeah, well, there you go. If you need a course on DVC members, or if you need any DVC info, you know where to find it now, guys. So we have another question here from Michelle, which I think is a fun one. Could you pick the new Star Wars hotel as your home resort? That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool, but
I highly doubt it.
Unless they build another little ship beside that one, then call it a DV ship, then yes. But I don't know. I don't see that in the near future. But that would be awesome. Oh, okay. Chris has to take Mindy outside real quick.
Oh, you're all good. You're all good.
Also, just to let you guys know, whenever you do become a DVC members, they send out, it's called Disney File Magazine. And it tells you all about what's coming up in the parks, and it comes out every quarter, and it's wonderful. It gives you an insight on anything new coming to the parks or new to the resorts. It just keeps you really informed. That's
awesome. No, that's great. Yeah. That's perfect. Well, the last question I had for you guys, it might be a little bit of a longer one. So maybe we can wait till Chris comes. Oh, here he is.
I'm back.
Never mind then. So the last question I had for you guys is it worth being a DVC member, or what is the ideal person that should be a DVC member, if that makes sense? Like, how could you answer that question?
Okay, we've talked to members that moved to Florida, and they said now they use it completely different.
Oh, okay.
Instead of planning out the whole vacation, now maybe they pop in for a quick weekend getaway or something like that.
But if you're looking into the right person to buy DVC, because we were going down every other year, and that's something we wanted to continue with, because we didn't know how we were going to do that if we didn't go with the school or anything like that. So that's why we looked into DVC. But if you're a person that goes down there with your family every year, twice a year, or every other year, it's something to look into to see how much you need to look at how much you're spending in that year just to go to Disney. Because I mean, half of your spent, half of what you pay for whenever you do go down there is your stay. Is what resort, because a lot of people stay at the Pop Century, but whenever you're a DVC member, you can go to the deluxe studios, the deluxe resorts, and have a totally different experience. But
And also what was explained to us, if you go down to Disney and you pay cash, I don't know, $5,000, whatever, you come home, what do you have? You got memories.
Yeah.
But we have it. I don't want to call it an investment, but we have something that maybe in 10 years we're just tired of it. We can sell it.
Yeah.
And at least break even on what we spent. If not, we get some extra money out of it.
So it's
Definitely.
like investing in your vacation and investing a little bit of Disney and just saying, yeah, I'm a DVC member. So
Yeah. Because it seems like the points could go up in value. Like you said, you can maybe make a little bit more off of it.
It started in 91. And so if you bought into it at 1991 at, I think it was $50 a point or something like that.
Crazy.
Wow.
And then, 25, 30 years later, you go to sell it and it's selling for, I don't know, $112 a point.
Yeah.
So you figure you just made some money back on it.
Yeah. I mean, the point system's gone. The point charts, they don't fluctuate. I don't know how to describe
The
it.
points.
They basically stay the same throughout the whole board.
Well,
I mean, they might go up a little bit, but some might go down a little bit at different resorts. The annual dues, you really got to watch what resort you buy into. Say if it's along like South Carolina, Hilton Head, like the annual dues are more expensive there because you have all the hurricanes. You have to look at which resort has what cost with each point.
Gotcha.
And then you also got to think as where you're going to go. We won't buy Hawaii because we only got 11 months to book out there, but we never go there.
Yeah, we will go there. We will go there.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yeah, yes, we will be going there sometime if we can.
It's like, are we gonna go?
We're gonna go because we're gonna go out to California. We have to do California.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. We got plenty of time, hon. We got that contract for quite some time.
Yeah, definitely. So this is just something that randomly popped in my mind because I know you guys said that the Polynesian is one of your home resorts, or I can't remember what you guys call it. But what happens now that it's being now that it's being renovated? Do you guys get anything out of that, or is it just you would go and stay at the boardwalk or somewhere at a different resort then?
Good question.
Do we?
It's closed until next. It's closed until next.
You know what? Well, that's.
But we're not going down there. But they would probably put them up somewhere else. That one I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's new. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's closed.
No. About what would happen.
But like, what would you do?
That's a good question. That one I really don't know 100% of. Because I know we're not going to be staying down there until next year. But I don't know. Either they'll probably put you somewhere else. I mean, that's something that you would have to call and talk to your customer service person and see with that. I don't know. That's a really good question.
No, it was just literally random. I mean, I just thought about, because the one place that I haven't stayed in too many of the Disney resorts or hotels at all, but I know that one of them that I would like to stay at one day is the Polynesian. So for whatever reason, I just thought of that. Is there anything they do for you, or I guess you could stay at at the boardwalk or a different resort or whatnot? So
I don't know. That's
a good one.
Well, if anybody else has any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. But I thought it would be fun to, we have about maybe 15 minutes left or whatnot, maybe talk about just some fun Disney memories you guys have being DVC members, or, anything else that you guys wanted to even add about, being a DVC member, perks or whatnot, if you had any closing remarks or whatnot about it.
Well, what's your memory? You already said what your memory is.
Oh, my memory. So my memory is whenever I did become a DVC member, because Chris was like, oh, I don't know, because we're sitting there. We're missing our reservations for Be Our Guest. We're talking numbers. And Chris knew that we were going to buy into it because whenever the guy said we get discount on golf, because I've been always wanting to take my mom and dad down to Disney, he's like, yeah, we have to. So that's and I knew once we bought into DVC, I knew I would be coming back every year, twice a year, every other year, or I knew we'd be coming back. So that's my favorite memory. What about yours? What was
my memory?
Yeah, what's your favorite memory down there? Becoming a DVC member.
Oh, my
just discounts.
No, not the discounts.
Discounts, yes.
No, but I mean, I just like sharing it.
Yeah.
And the memories of
family.
Like my mom, when she went down and we had that 2-bedroom at Old Key West, she just loved it, you know? So yeah, just
whenever we went down in 2018 with my parents and my sister and my family, we had my mom and dad stay at the Polynesian, and me and my sister and her family, we stayed at the boardwalk. Well, my mom and dad, they called out to prison because they didn't know what to do, and like we had all the food. They had food, but they stayed in their room, and you know, they had the fireworks, the lake view. And whenever they came over to the boardwalk, they're like, wow, our view is a lot better than yours. And we're like, yeah, Mom, Dad, you guys had a good place to stay.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's the first time in Disney. They didn't know anything about it. And it was like, that was like, okay, you know, if we would have stayed at Poly, we would have been out watching them dance, doing the movies, you know, the whole 9 yards, marshmallows. And then whenever I went down, last year with my sister, because my niece was in show choir and they had competitions down close to Disney. We stayed at French Riviera. My mom's like, "There's no balcony here," and I'm like, "No, Mom, there's no balcony," because she's used to being at the Deluxe. So yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, okay, I'm just babbling on. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, that's fine. No, that's great.
These are good memories.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's great. So when are you guys thinking about coming back down again? Do you have an idea or?
Yeah, the end of September.
The end of next year.
Of next year.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to save up for. I know. Every time he comes home, he's like, "Are we going down?" Because before you were like, "We're going down in February." Or we're going down January.
We watched Disney vloggers,
and we get
and then we're just like,
we're so homesick. We call it
homesick.
Yeah, we just want to go back down so bad, and it's like we gotta save our points up because whenever we do go down there, we want to stay down there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really want to do 2 weeks and really like enjoy it. And it's like, Chris, like we can go down in March, but it's going to take away from it. And it's like, I know. And it's just, yeah. So, I mean, I would love to go down every 3 months, but yeah. You know,
just live at Disney for 3 months. I would love that.
When we did go down, and then we had points left over,
and we had to go
and then
down.
we had to use those points up, so we had to go back down
because we borrowed points, and you can't once you borrow points, you can't bank them or put them back into the bank. So you have to use them by the end of that year, the end of that use year. And we had so many points we had to use, and it was just like, oh crap, we got to go back down. So then we made another vacation, and it was wonderful. It was like, well, we have to go because it's making you go because you got to use your points because you don't want to. I mean, we didn't want to run them out. Oh no, we want to use our points. So.
Gotcha. No, that's great. Well, all in all, it seems like it would definitely be something that's worth it. You know, if you love to go to Disney, if you go, like you guys said, that's where you guys vacation to, you know, and I think you said in your one video, you know, about if you don't get to something in the park or whatnot, you know, have that peace knowing, you know what, well, we're coming back again. You know, this isn't our only time. And I think that's really great. That's one thing I love is, you know, being a pass holder. If I don't get to it, it's fine. But I know you guys are out of state. I'm in Florida. So for you guys, you know, not being in state, not getting to go to Disney as much, at least gives you that security of we'll be back to Disney.
Right. So you're not rushing and running around and those weren't good days at all.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, I definitely, I mean, now that I'm a pass holder, I'm like, you know, it can be stressful, you know, Disney vacations and everything, but well, we have about 10 more minutes and stuff. Do you guys have, I'm just thinking now, do you have any lessons learned for anybody that might be here watching? You know, if you were to redo it all over again, what do you know now that you wish you knew before you became a DVC member?
Ask the sales rep if there are other resorts that are for sale.
Oh,
because those points are cheaper.
But less time on the contract.
Yeah.
Like you don't have the 50 years.
Yeah, like our boardwalk, we don't have 50 years. We've got, I forget how many years we got.
20 some years.
I think we've got 20 some years.
Yeah, because they buy it back whenever the person no longer wants it. So that, what else? A tip.
A tip. Well,
like if you would have known then, before.
Buy early.
Buy early.
Because the points will be cheaper. They're
Yeah.
only going to go up.
Yeah, if you think you want it, get into it then maybe. Katrina has a question here. Thanks, Katrina. With the DVC, can you get the meal plan being a member? That's interesting.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
We plan on doing that next year.
Yeah, because next year we're going to stay so many days at the Poly, and we thought we'll do the meal plan that because it's much shorter stay, and then the longer stay, we won't have the meal plan.
Wow,
So you can break your trip down to the meal plan. But yes, you can. You just have to let them know, and they'll add it right on. Just call your member service.
So do you take some points out for that, for the cost?
No, that's out of pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
I don't know if you get
out
a
of
discount
pocket.
or not then. I don't know if you get a discount from that or not. That I'm not too sure. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
But a lot of the perks too, they do tell you that sometimes they'll change. I mean, they're not set in stone.
Yeah, the perks.
I just hope the Epcot never leaves because that's just
Yes,
so
I hope they never take those lounges away.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
When it's
They're
like
nice.
100 degrees and you're walking around Epcot, it's sure nice to go
Yeah.
up to the lounge. But yeah, they do sometimes, some of the perks do get taken away, but they almost always add something else to it to make up for whatever they take away.
Gotcha. So I don't think I've ever seen any vlogs or any pictures or anything of the lounges. Are they just nice air conditioned spots for you guys to hang out in, or what are they like?
The one in Epcot, it's just like a nice little lounge area. They have
seats, they have pop machines in there. You can have coffee.
there's a snack cart they push around once
And
in
then
a while.
like the kids just to chill and relax. They can play video games. They have ports where you can charge your devices. You can stay up there as long as you want. Then the top of the
world
that has a restaurant.
That has a restaurant in it.
And you can see the fireworks. It's right beside California Grill. It's like on this same.
It's on top of Bay Lake Towers next to Contemporary.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you can see the fireworks. They put the music through, so you can watch the fireworks. It's beautiful up there, and like the lounge up there, you meet other DVC members, and it's really relaxing. Really nice.
Definitely. And you said you met some other. Oh yeah, go ahead, Chris.
If certain times of the year up at the top of the world, you have to be staying at Bay Lake Tower to get up there, like 4th of July,
Christmas.
It might be New Year's.
I think it's whenever they have like the nice, like the 360.
Nice fire, yeah. Because if you're not staying there, Bay Lake Towers, you can't get in.
Right.
They won't let you up there.
Interesting. Okay. So that makes sense. Well, that's even. Hey, that's nice for those DVC members. Then it's actually exclusive. That's awesome.
I have a tip. Before you buy into the DVC, make sure that resort gives you the rooms that you are looking for, because whenever we booked into the Polynesian, we didn't know like it only had the 1-bedroom studio. We thought it had like I'm sorry, not a 1-bedroom. The Polynesian only has the deluxe studios, and they have the bungalows. We'll never be staying at the bungalows because the point for those are like outrageous, but they only have the deluxe studios. So whenever you do look into it, see to make sure if they offer the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom, the 3-bedroom cabins, or because that's why we had to buy into the boardwalk, because if we took a big family, took the whole family down, we'd need like 3 deluxe studios, but we wouldn't have a nice kitchen. We wouldn't have. But at the boardwalk, they have the deluxe studios. They have the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom. They have
the 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom is gorgeous,
which is beautiful.
Wow.
And so whenever you do buy points, look into that, and so that way you know what your family size is. Because I mean, yes, it was just us two. Whenever we first bought our points, we thought, it'll just be us, so that'll be fine.
Yeah.
But whenever your mind changes, whenever you think, well, what can you really do with the point?
And if if you're a young couple, kids come along, more kids come along. So you got to think,
and then those kids,
in
they
the
have
future,
a boyfriend or girlfriend, they get married, then they have kids. Because, I mean, some of these contracts, you had them for 50 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know.
That makes sense. Wow. Yeah. So it's definitely a thing to think about. You got to think about everything before you do it, because that makes sense.
And they do not pressure you one bit for DVC. They don't. They're like, sometimes they're like, just go home, think about it, just contact us. I know before you would get 3 fast passes for just going and listen to the whole spill.
But when we bought on a Sunday. We bought the day before we had to leave.
So it was like hit or miss.
And then they didn't have where you go to Saratoga and then you go for the tour.
No, we didn't even do any of that.
We just
bought it.
Bought it right there.
Gotcha. So can you buy online too, or like over the phone? Like you don't have to be at the park?
When we bought Boardwalk, we weren't down there.
No.
Through phone calls, they mailed us the paperwork. We had to mail it back. I would rather buy when I was down there because it's less of a hassle.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you do what you got to do.
Yeah, you can even go on their website and order the like DVC and everything like that, and they'll mail it to you. You can watch it, and yeah, you can totally get DVC points through just calling them and contacting them.
Gotcha. And all of the DVC, all the rooms you guys are talking about, the studios and 3 bedrooms and whatnot, those are only for DVC members, like regular guests. Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. So you can actually go and rent points for DVC villas.
Wow.
Yeah.
So could you guys stay in, I think it's the Polynesian, they have those little bungalows.
Yeah.
Can you guys stay in one of those?
No, we can't afford it.
We can't afford it. No. We can, but we can't afford it. It's like 2 days there will take up like a whole week of points. I mean, it's crazy.
It's super expensive. Actually, the cabins at Wilderness Lodge are cheaper than the ones in the bungalow.
Yeah.
But at the bungalows, you get the
prime real estate.
Yeah, prime real estate right in front of the castle. Wilderness Lodges cabins are kind of off to the side.
But yeah, you can totally rent out the points. Like if we wanted to go down and we want to get a bigger space, we can actually rent out extra points. Is it like 25 points you can pay up to? But that's whole nother story.
Yeah, I think directly through Disney, it's 19 points we can buy, or we can a one-time purchase.
I think it's, and like if you want to stay somewhere bigger, you can actually go to resale. Not resale. Well, rent them out. You can rent out the points if you want to get a bigger space. So say if your family like, hey, if we want a 3-bedroom, it's going to cost us this amount of money. Let's go and see if we can just rent the points out and just add them to our points. That way we can get a bigger villa.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay. That makes sense. Gotcha. We have another question here from Michelle. Is the membership in both of your names?
Yes.
Well, my name is on my card and her name is on her card.
No, it's in both of our names because we had to sign it because he even made a comment like, if you guys get divorced, you guys are going to have to figure out who
you'd have to find
out. So it's in both of our names.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, great. Well, I know for myself personally, that was all super helpful. Thank you guys for breaking that down because I know I had no prior knowledge of all this, and it seems like there's a lot that definitely goes into it, a lot to know.
A lot to figure out with this.
Yeah, no, that's great. So thank you for sharing all your tips and tricks and info about the DVC and what it means to be a DVC member. I hope you guys that are watching this on the replay or live, that you guys got some things out of it. And if you're wanting to become a DVC member, hopefully this helps you answer your question.
Helps you a little bit. We were all over the place.
Definitely. No, that's great. No, I know experience definitely helps. And this is good for me in the future. If I decide to become a DVC member, I'm already thinking, if don't live in the state whenever I'm older or whatnot, how can I have that reassurance that I can go to Disney every year? So, well, thank you guys again so much for tuning in and for joining us tonight. I appreciate you guys being on here, Melinda and Chris. Thank you for your time and for your info. Do you guys have anything coming up on your channel that you want to share for anybody that's new on here?
We have a couple of
well, we do Disney. We talk Disney. We do.
We have a couple of Universal Yums snack boxes coming up.
Which we do that so keeps us like at Epcot, different countries.
Yeah, that's sweet. I didn't even know those were a thing. I saw those on your channel. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I did research because everybody was doing bippity boppity boxes.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I want to do bippity boppity, but we really enjoyed whenever we brought snacks back from Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
And we really enjoyed that, even though it didn't look what we did. And it's like, how can we still do that? So it's like, let me look at snack boxes. And a lot of people were doing the Japanese or Chinese boxes, but Universal Yum, they do all different kinds of countries. So you don't know what country you're getting.
Yeah.
So we're doing that, and we're doing some tips.
Yeah, we got some top 5 videos coming up.
Yeah.
We actually did one, which was kind of neat. It was about meeting vloggers.
Oh, yeah. We did a video of all the vloggers we met. So.
Oh, hey, I'm going to have to go back and watch that one.
And things you should do or shouldn't do when you're...
What we do, we always forget to do. Just simple things, just little tips.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's great. Yeah, and everyone, they released a video yesterday about the best and worst of DVC. So if you need another little piggyback video onto this live stream here, go check out their channel. Check out that other video. That might be some other helpful tips for you guys. So, well, great. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in again. And thank you, Melinda and Chris, for joining. Everybody go check out their channel. They've got some fun and interesting and a lot of information about Disney for you guys if you're looking for it. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Megan.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks, guys. All right. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.